Greetings everyone, my name is Yong, matrix number 284880. I will doing the presentation of a study of relationship between performance and its interminence of Suzuki Motor Corporations in Japan. Firstly, in the introductions of Suzuki is a top player in the automotive and motorcycle industry, offering compact cars, motorcycles, outboard motors, and ATVs. Suzuki commits to provide value to customers and stakeholders through sustainable and reasonable business practice. In 1952, Suzuki Motor Corporation was found to enter the motorcycle market. Suzuki Motor Corporation remained the forefront of innovation, prioritizing eco-friendly vehicles and expanding its emerging markets. In the problem statement, there are opportunities and challenges toward the companies in rapid technological advance, such as artificial intelligence, AI, connectivity, and advanced drivers assist system, ADAS. Bring up the relationship among the internal and external factors toward the company's performance by its ROE. In the research objective in this study, in internal variables, to determine the influence of firm-specific or internal factors on the performance of Suzuki Motor Corporations. Following with the external variables, which is to determine the influence of macroeconomy or external factors on the performance of Suzuki Motor Corporation. And also the internal and external variables, which is to determine the influence of internal and external factors on the performance of Suzuki Motor Corporation. In this study, we can also get the research questions in internal, which is what is the relationship between internal factors and the performance of Suzuki Motor Corporation. Following is the external, which is what is the relationship between the external factors and the performance of Suzuki Motor Corporations. And lastly, with the relationship between the internal and external factors of the performance of Suzuki Motor Corporations. In literature review, it can explain that corporate governance is a set of legal rules that outlines the parties in business organization. To refers to the body of rules, policies, and practices that governs how businesses are managed. The umbrella terms for the bodies of regulations, practice, and that controls how a firm is run. In operational risks that unrelated to what the sector produces and instead concentrations may compute the operations ratio to assess a company's effectiveness and success. An operational risk is a corporation run less of a risk when there is less industry interactive. And also, market risk is a trustworthy danger of any investment decisions, and the potential of simultaneous losses from individuals or other businesses, or even a propensity to strike the entire market at once. In methodology, we get the data of the Suzuki Motor Corporation's 5 years annual report, which is 2017 to 2021. And also, we get 3 models from here, which is the correlations and coefficients of internal factors to ROE, the correlation and coefficients of external factors to ROE, and also the correlation and coefficients of internal and external factors towards ROE. From the annual report of the Suzuki, we can find that the mean of ROE is 12% financial performance in the company, and while the ROA is 4.9%, which both ROA and ROE implies a forecast of small fluctuations of profit within the 5 years period. Furthermore, the current ratios under the liquidity risk have the mean of 1.3713, which is liquidity ratio above 1 indicates that the company have the financial resources to remain solvent in a short term. However, the average collection period's mean value is 42.8147, which shows that they have the low average collection periods indicates the companies collect payment faster, which in between 42 to 43 days. Following is the debt to income ratio, which is 8.8472, operational risk 0.1499, operational margin 0.0838, and lastly the CG index 0.5692. Based on the core duration table, the research shows that the Suzuki Motor Corporation financial performance is positively significant correlates to the operational risk, which says that decline in occupancy was seen as a positive sign as it suggests that operational expenses will decline as a percentage of net sales. On the other hand, operational profit margin, GTP, exchange rate is negatively correlated across ROE, as is a negative coefficient indicates the dependent variable tend to decrease as the independent variable increase. Next is the model summary. In Model 1, from the 8 internal variables, OM, DTI, and ACP, which based on the ROE as the dependent variables with the R-square of 85%. In the Model 2, which from 5 external variables, is only employment, GDP growth, and inflation, which based on the ROE as the dependent variables was set R-square of 90%. And lastly, the Model 3, which from all 13 variables, GDP growth, unemployment, and DTI, which based on the ROE as the dependent variables with R-square 82%. In the finding of coefficient, we can find that in these three models, which is internal, external, and internal and external, we can find that there is in the result of non-significant to ROE, which is because all the variables of results a p-value of larger than 0.1. At the end of this research, the conclusion is the Suzuki Motor Corporation has demonstrated strong corporate governance practice, making it an excellent choice for the investors and stakeholders. The company's commitment to transparency and accountability and also ethical decision-making has contributed to its long-standing success and reputations in market. They can value transparency by making full and timely disclosures. This gives stakeholders easy access to relevant financial and non-financial information, enabling them to assess companies' performance and make informed decisions. In summary, Suzuki Motor Corporation's strong corporate governance, ethical practice, risk management, and commitments to sustainable growth makes the company a highly recommended choice for investors. That's all for me. Thanks for hearing my presentation. Thank you.